All right, what about now? How's the sound now? Check, sound check. Sound check. Sound check. What about now? Can you hear me now? Sound. Let's see. Let's check the mute button. What about now? Sound. Can you hear sound? What about now? Is it still muted? Yes or no, y'all? Still no sound. What about now? But none hears. You're talking, but no one can hear you. Okay, what about now? Okay, all right, good. All right, so y'all, I'm gonna start over, take it back from the top here. I don't know what's wrong with the signal right here. I tried to upload a video last night, and for whatever reason, I just not could get it to go. But here's okay, good. It's loud and clear. All right, so y'all, here's what we're gonna know. Here's what we know. They just let us out for lunch break. We're due back in court about like 1:15. So I only have a few minutes for me to go ahead and just give y'all a quick update. What we know is that Russell Wilson, y'all, came out of the gate again first thing this morning. And Russell Wilson wanted to know why was X amount of people not allowed to come to the court, and who was not allowed to come to court, and who was allowed to come to the court on the first original trial. They're saying that there was an agreement that was made, right? The agreement that was made was what they would call a gentleman agreement. So Russell Wilson, his back, he says, well, if it was a gentleman's agreement, where was it documented? Where is it in the report? Is it in the report? Still no sound. No sound. Still messing up. No sound. Test. Test one. Listen, I don't know why it keeps going out. What about now? Can you hear me now? Okay. All right, great. All right. What was the last thing y'all heard me say now? Because I'm talking about the gentleman agreement. Russell Wilson questioned the district attorneys Why is it that certain people were allowed to come to the court, and if they would have an overflow room, and who was the ones or the persons that were making the decision on whether or not there would be an overflow room for Carmelo Anthony's first trial? These are the questions that Russell Wilson asked, and so they've been going back and forth with that particular topic. Now later on my live, y'all, I'm gonna break it down a little bit further. The second part of business is that they're wanting to there's an IT guy, excuse me. We're gonna call this Mr. Jackson. Mr. Jackson is was the IT he was an employee for the Collin County Courthouse. He was the IT guy. He was in charge of making sure all the TVs worked. This guy was in charge of making sure that all the audio and everything was working. What Mr. Jackson has stated to us today, he says that every time that you would come in, each day you would come in, you may as well assume that you're going to have some issues with the audio and the video, and that would actually need to be done. Now, Mr. Jackson is no longer with Collin County. And wait till y'all find out why. It appears that the AP News contacted Mr. Jackson wanting to know when would Carmelo Anthony's trial date be. They wanted to find out, just like, I wanted to find out, and I'm sure a lot of y'all wanted to find out too, right? Well, because AP called and asked, and then there was several content creators, they called and they asked as well. Mr. Jackson released the information stating that it would be on A or B specific date. Once he released that date, y'all, Mr. Jackson was terminated because he released the date for the trial date. And because nothing was submitted to evidence, or nothing was on the record, they fired Mr. Jackson because of that. And so Mr. Jackson took the stand today. And so one of the questions that the DA is saying, after the DA questioned him, and the DAs, they spoke really, really highly of this particular guy. They said he was on top of things. He always made sure things were running pretty well. But you know what? They said that they have to. Sorry, I had to go offline. Bye. Okay, sure, no problem. So they after they questioned this guy, and the DA said what a great guy he was. The Russell Wilson came back, and Russell Wilson wanted to ask him. He says, "Hey, listen, okay, well, you've talked about what a great guy he is. Is he eligible for him to get his job back?" And at that point, y'all, it was about that time for us to go ahead and start taking lunch. So we are here. I'm getting lunch right quick. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. Y'all stick around, and I'll be visiting with y'all a little bit later after it's over. Not sure what time we're going to be getting out of here, but they're saying that we should plan and inspect for a full day. So when I'm out of here, y'all, I'll give you guys another quick update. And later on this evening, I'm going to do a live just to give you the full update on all the notes here, that I've taken throughout the day. So we'll see y'all guys. We'll see you guys soon.